This is Steve Ficacci with the Vintage Racer Group. You're watching an Audi GTO 90 race from Road America. In a minute, I'm going to drag Matthew Barber in here with me, and we'll continue to watch this great season we've had so far. We are about halfway through our first practice. Practice will end in about 15 minutes. We'll have a 15-minute qualifying session, and then we're going to have two 25-minute sprint races. Hey Matt, this is Steve. You got me?
Hey Steve, I have you.
How's your week going?
My week is going great. How about yours?
Busy. Got some birthday parties. My son's turning 7 on Thursday, so we're trying to get ready for that. And my niece is having a birthday today. I should probably know how old she is. 20-ish. Let's say 20. If it was
Your
20,
niece is 20?
I say if she was 21, I'd probably know, right?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So no, we've just got a busy week. But yeah, so here we are.
So are you basically half your niece's age? Like, what's going on?
Double my niece's age.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so here we are, Road America. We have looks like a new name. I see Wiley Cox. I think he joined our practice last week. I don't know if do we know him from the real world?
I do not. I do not.
Maybe we'll grab him in the booth when we're done here, and he can tell us a little bit about himself.
That'd be great fun.
I actually didn't get any laps in this week. Like I said, I've been a little bit busy, just falling behind, and I know it's a tough car. And there's a few corners here that really kind of catch you off guard, like the kink. A lot of cars you're like so close to kind of wanting to go through their flat, which I don't think that's even a question in this car. You just can't do it. So it's probably more of a real corner in this car. Turn one's probably quite hard in this car. This corner that we're watching Jim Karamanis go through probably has a name, this left-hander, but I struggle to get the most of it every time I feel.
Well, once again, this is a track I have no experience on, so I'm going to have to defer to you. So, which is why I'm in the booth with you, because I have no time whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a big and it's fast. For whatever reason, I feel like the tracks with the longer braking zones take a little bit longer to learn. When you have this high rate of speed and you got to get a lot of braking done, a few feet here or there in your braking point makes a big difference when you get to the corner. So I just feel like these circuits take a little bit more preparation. But fortunately, I'm not in the car this season.
Yeah, me too. I'm loving being in the booth. I hope our people watching, our spectators, are liking us being in the booth, but I am loving it.
Honestly, I think I have to stop being surprised that our racing's been so great. I just think that's where we are now as a group. Every week we have great racing somewhere in the field, and like I said, I need to stop being surprised by that.
I really like seeing everybody come online. I think it's really fun to see folks, improving their game, putting in the time. I thought it was really fun that everybody's getting, ready for real world racing, so they didn't practice quite as much this evening. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens.
Well, yeah, I think we have a few weeks off, right? Well, at least 1 week off.
Yeah.
We're gonna have 1 week off because most people will be at the Jefferson 500, and then the week after we'll be back at Sears Point, sometimes known as Sonoma. Which is it's funny. That's a track that I don't find is used very often, but it has several layouts, so I'm not even sure which one we're going to use yet. But they're all. I mean, I've been on a few of them. They're all pretty good. Turn 1 is very tricky, and it'd be especially tricky in these beasts.
No doubt, no doubt. I know that the SVRA was at Sonoma maybe 2 weeks ago. They had a pretty uneventful weekend, which is pretty fun. So it'll be fun to see what our guys do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting more of the same. Stefan seemed to lead the way, but great racing from second on back.
Yeah. So when do you get down to the Jeff?
Tuesday. We're gonna head down Tuesday afternoon. Get
wow.
there probably before before nighttime.
Yeah. And you're going to be driver school for Wednesday, Thursday? Is that what the schedule is?
Yeah. So the schedule looks like all day Wednesday, starting at like 7 a.m. and then about a half day on Thursday.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's excited. Looking forward to it. I saw. Looks like it'd be a little bit cooler, which is probably good. Maybe a little bit of rain. I don't know how that affects the school, but I guess I'll find out.
I don't think you have to worry about it in that BMW of yours.
Of course.
In my open wheel car, I have no desire to be in the rain.
Yeah, it's that'll be a new experience if that happens. Yeah, but like I said, I don't really know what their plans are. They have a pretty detailed schedule of all the different events that happen at different parts of the day, but I don't know if they make adjustments for rain or what. Is this? Did you do the school, or you did a different one?
No. I got my race license with the Skip Barber School.
Okay, that's right. You mentioned that.
Yeah. So.
Now, are those cars available to still drive? I thought I read somewhere that they got bought by what's called the Berto Rules School.
I'm not sure if they were, but they went out of business for a little while, and then they got into just the Mustangs.
Okay.
And now I know they've come back online with some downforce Formula 3 cars, if I'm not mistaken. So I know they do schools out west in California. They do stuff at, I believe, in Atlanta, like Road Atlanta. So the Skippy Barber has come back online in pretty good shape. So.
Oh, great. Here we are.
Who are we following right now?
This is Wiley Cox, our newcomer, heading through the carousel. He's just behind Clark Ostrom.
And that beautiful John Player livery.
Yeah, that's a definitely good addition. We'll be able to pick him out quickly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Is that maybe Dave Curtis in the orange car?
It doesn't quite look right on this car, though, does it?
No.
A Formula 1 car, full stop.
I mean, it looks cool. It just, you expect it to be on something sexier.
Something that maybe Andretti drove, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder if they drove here back in the day. I think this was on the F1 schedule a little bit for a period.
Was it really? So what do you think about F1 adding... Oh, Clark is off. What do you think about F1 adding Miami to the schedule?
I'm all for more races, right? I mean, I thought last season, despite Corona and all that, like, they went to some new tracks. Like, I thought that was really cool. So, whenever they add new tracks, I'm excited. I always like to see them. I like change, so that sprint race format they're talking about, like, I'll give it a shot. I'm not against it.
I think the sprint race format, where instead it was a Q3, they do a sprint race. I think that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
And what are they talking about? Silverstone, and then 2 other tracks. I don't remember the 2.
Yeah. I think it'll be good, and I think for fans, anytime you get more cars on the track is good. I mean, I I've never gone to an F1 race. I'd love to go, but I think if I were to go, I would see everything. But I think there's a lot of fans who show up for race day. But if they have a race during qualifying, it'd be hard to miss that, right?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that would really keep it interesting. I mean, come on, you throw a vintage racing, weekend into Formula One. I'd love that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's my understanding most of the races are, it's not just Formula One on the weekend. They have something before, like F2 or F3 or something. Maybe they have the Porsche Cup cars or something to that. So there's always stuff going on. Yeah, they could definitely spice it up with some old F1 cars or something like that.
Yeah. I just think that to take a sprint race format, throw it into the mix on those 3 tracks that they're talking about, I think that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I don't know if like guys will take a different strategy. You know what I mean? Like, do you kind of go less aggressive? Do you just race because it's racing? You know what I mean? Like,
I wonder though. They're saying approximately 17 laps, no tire change, no mandatory pit stop. So it really does open up the field for throwing on the softs, letting people get after it, managing the fact that if you wreck out, it's going to impact the rest of your weekend. So yeah. I really do think that will spice the race up.
I also wonder, they closely calculate their engine mileage, right? So now you've just added 17 laps of hard pushing, you know what I mean, to the weekend. Does that impact the way they run the engines in the cars? And
Great point.
And I guess all the parts for that matter, right? Transmissions, everything's limited at these days.
You bet.
So we got our overlays working this week. Last week we had some technical difficulties, which turned out to be user error. So I'm going to blame Matt for that one.
It's my fault. 100% my fault.
No, I totally screwed it up, and I'd like to think I'll learn from that lesson and don't do it again. But I make no promises.
Sake, Steve, just let me fall in this order, be done with it, all right? Guys, it's my fault. I absolutely screwed it up. I pushed escape, and I shouldn't have. I don't know what to tell you.
Let's see, we got about 4 more minutes, and then we're going to jump into qualifying. We got about 10 cars made a lap, 11. So we have 12 guys in the session.
Yeah, that's about right. Good to see a couple folks, because we saw some people in the chat early on saying they're not going to make it. But yeah, it's good to see about the usual field. 12 guys show up. So.
Yeah, I was actually discussing with Stefan a little bit that it sounds like in some of the straights we're going to hit the rev limiter in the draft. So I don't know if that'll affect guys' strategy and getting around each other. Because just a certain point, once you hit the rev limiter, you're going to stall out and not make any more forward progress. Not great with the straightaway names, but this straightaway that we're looking at right here, I think, is the fastest straightaway on the circuit, and this is one that will definitely be close to the rev limiter.
I don't know this track at all.
Okay. Yeah, it's fast. Got some long straightaways and some tricky corners. Like this one here, you come over the hill, the car gets a little light, and this left-hander's blind. Now, in most cars, or a lot of cars, I should say most cars, even GT cars, this right-hander is usually flat. I can't imagine that's the case in the Audi. So maybe some of the corners that I would treat as super important because it's like it ends up being a long straightaway after because you kind of link a few straightaways together because you don't lift. Maybe not the case with this Audi. You might approach them differently. I think this corner you just have to be patient. This car being a little heavier on the front with the four-wheel drive. Be tough to get through. Then we're going to approach the kink here, which is usually a fast right-hander. Well, it's still a fast right-hander. It just might be a fast right-hander that you have to lift for now. Yeah.
You can see that there's a huge variance in lap times, and you can see that guys just haven't had the practice time. We're looking at 2:06 for Stefan, all the way down to a almost 13 for other guys. So.
I mean, I would argue that last week's circuit was tougher than this one, and we had a great race. So I don't think this circuit will be worse, although it is longer, so it takes a little bit longer to learn all the corners.
You bet.
It's Ian Wisbin we're following along with right now. Followed by Michael Kelly in his camel livery.
Looks like they're chasing down Jim Caramanis.
Well, it could be Ralph, right? Ralph Padgington.
Oh, is that Ralph? I'm sorry.
Well, no, I said it could be. I'm not really sure, right? It could be. Oh wait, we got the relative up on the bottom. Yeah, that's Jim.
Yeah.
I think Ralph and Jim's car are exactly the same, except for the car number.
Yep, you got it.
This corner, I don't care which car you're in, is super important as it leads up to the long straightaway. Great bypassing opportunity. Looks like Michael Kelly was able to draft up pretty well there before he backed out. So
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, Jim's off.
Jim's off. Let's see if we jump inside Ian's car. See what the lap looks like. Yeah, lift, some brakes. Like I said, almost nearly all cars around that corner are flat. Even like I said, even the GT cars, which are pretty fast.
Yeah, you bet. Looks like Michael is pushing Ian quite a bit.
Yeah, this is the carousel. You'll see a few different lines in here. Some guys will hug it tight. Some guys will sweep a little bit wider and try to get a run off the end of it. Coming through the kink. Oh, definitely some brake lights.
Yep.
Oh, that's the end of practice.
Sure is.
Looks like Darren Treacle joined us. Hasn't set any laps in practice. And I think we had Clark Ostrom at the bottom, who also didn't set a lap time. Michael Kelly's out for his first qualifying lap. We have a 15-minute qualifying window, but only your first 2 laps will count.
Oh, that's great. Is there any advantage to get out early or get out late?
I don't think so. Honestly, and I've just gotten in the habit of whenever I qualify, especially if you have 15 minutes, I'll look up at the sky. If it looks like there's clouds, I'll wait for the clouds. A couple clouds come over and cool the track down. It could be worth half a second.
That's amazing.
Now,
I just step on the gas and go after it.
I'm not sure what the sky looks like today. Whether it might, there might not be a cloud in the sky, so it might not matter. But you also have to take into account that this lap is going to take almost 2.5 minutes your out lap anyway, and when you do come around, the sun might be out. You don't know.
You bet. We're riding with Michael Kelly. Is that who
Correct?
It was? Yep. Nice.
It looks like he's having a little bit of a hard time getting slowed for all the corners. I bet he's just getting used to the cold tires again.
This is the out lap, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he can make a couple mistakes before he's got to put a live lap in, so it'll be all right. Let me get some heat in those tires. I gotta tell you, I love that exhaust pipe on the car. I just love it when every now and again it just spits out some flames. I think that's really fun. So.
Yeah, it's such a simple thing. It's like when the sparks shoot out when the cars are low. It just adds something. I don't know why.
I understand the EV vehicles, but I love petrol. I love the sound of those cars. I love a flame coming out the exhaust pipe. There's just something visceral about that I get a kick out of. So.
So in the drag racing world, there's a few really fast electric vehicles coming around, and the performance is exciting, but I don't think I'd ever get interested in racing one.
No, not at all. I was in a Tesla last week, and this person put it in the ludicrous mode, and it's proper fast.
Yeah,
it's very fun to go quick. It's a cool experience, cool car.
Yep.
But I wouldn't want one. So
It's just missing
not,
something.
It is. It's not the full, spectrum of the senses.
Yeah. Although I did tell my wife I'm going to look into getting a Tesla because my kids like to go down to their grandparents' shore house, and if I could hit a button and say go down to the shore house and put my kids in and close the door.
All right. How about cancel Steve Ficacci's freaking live stream? That's terrible. No, you cannot be doing this anymore if you just said that. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, and we got an off. Oh, he's in the wall as well, so he may, depending on how much damage he has, he may have to reset to the pits.
It's funny, I commute to Center City, Philly quite often, and so it's an hour ride for me each way, and I never, ever, ever tire of it because I love to be behind the wheel of a car.
It's funny, it's the traffic that gets me.
You just have to find those side roads.
Yeah, well,
like
that's different.
Ian's in the grass a little bit, but he managed to keep that car in control.
This is Mac McCormick.
Oh, this is Mac. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Ian has white wheels. Mac has red.
Got it. Thank you.
Well, hang on. Let's check. Yep, that's Ian here with the white wheels.
Got it.
Nobody knows, no times yet. We're probably getting close to guys finishing their first lap. Guys who went out right away.
Yep.
Yeah, I really, like I said, I just didn't have any time. I really wanted to take a few laps in this car just to see what it felt like, get a little bit of a feel. I know it's a tough car.
Yeah. Well, when I first logged on, I was thinking to myself, maybe with 6 cars, I'll make it after it. I can finish top 8.
Yeah.
And then 12 or so cars got online, and I thought, all right, announcer's booth it is.
Well, we're happy to have you whenever you want to come.
Well, thanks.
I imagine it'd be quite lonely, but you definitely are. Let's see, we've got 7 viewers. I think they appreciate your input.
Well, thanks. It's been fun. It's been fun doing the season with you.
Yeah, we got about 1, 2, 3, 4 more left. So, like we said, Sears Point in 2 weeks, and then we're going to be at Watkins Glen, which I think everybody's pretty familiar with, and Lime Rock as well, which is kind of in our area, and then we're going to finish the season at Laguna Seca.
I feel like Lime Rock is going to be how do we put this nicely? A disaster.
There's so many times where I've thought that, and it turned out to be a great race. So who knows?
It's such a short track. There's so many places that you can be really quick, but there's so many places that you can make such colossal mistakes. And I think there's a couple folks out here that are just going to push it a little bit, and I feel like it's going to be hilarious.
Well, I think, you've got the jump, which in this car it might really be a jump.
Yeah, no doubt.
But to go fast, you just have to, really get close to the limits of the track. And as we've seen, the 4-wheel drive does not like grass.
No, it does not.
So Darren Treacle on top at a 2:07.9. I think if he was in practice, that would have been the second fastest practice time. So he came ready to race.
Yeah. It looks like a couple guys are hanging back. Stefan's hanging back quite a bit. I mean, he's not even going out to an outlap yet, right?
No, we just jumped on. I don't have any data to see if he's made a few laps around the track or not yet.
I'm seeing the bottom half of the field. Clark, Michael Kelly, Dave Curtis, Kurt Uzbey, Max, Stefan, Bob have not put in a qualifying lap yet. So have you seen anything different?
Yeah. Well, no.
Mac just put in a 2:15.
Let's see. Dave Curtis is, that looks like he's heading down to turn 3.
There's Stefan just put in a 2:06. All right.
Oh, there he goes.
Now they're starting to come in.
Yeah, I think if you had trouble on your first lap, you're probably getting around to finishing your second lap now. Oh, yep.
You bet. Yeah.
So we just have 3 right now. I'm noticing Clark. He's blinking on my screen. I don't know if that's going to cause us some trouble trying to follow him today. Yeah, see, we're trying to jump on board with him now, and it's not letting me go. Oh, there he is.
I'm seeing nothing from Clark, nothing from Michael Kelly, and nothing from Dave Curtis. Nice to see Mac out here.
Yeah, my I don't think my screen. Oh yeah, there's an OT. I wonder if that's off track. That might be telling me who's had a few. It's like Michael Kelly's had a few off tracks.
Looks like Michael's trying to put in his lap here, so I'm following him for just a second.
Yeah, we're about 8 minutes in, or 8 minutes left, I should say. Oh, and we lost Clark. It was back. This paint matches his real world car.
You were talking about the Jefferson. It looks like there's a huge field at the Jefferson, which should be really entertaining next weekend.
Yeah, I think they said something like 60 more cars than the last time they had the event.
Yep. I think everybody's really excited to get out there. And for all those folks who are coming out, please remember, iRacing is not live racing. There's no reset button, so let's all have fun and let's all be safe. But I know there's almost 50 Formula Fords, so that's going to be a pretty spirited field. And should be a good time.
And they just run everybody together. They don't break it down into have like two separate races. Or that's awesome.
They do not. They just run them all together. So. Actually, I believe I read if everybody is out there that's listening, make sure you watch the videos from Karamanis and the group. But I think they said they're going to do a split start, I think that's what they're
okay.
Gonna do.
So what, like 20th on back kind of thing would have their own...
No, I lie. They're actually going to do two for all the fields over 40. Okay. They're going to do two starting laps under double yellow.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're going to do.
Just to get everybody organized?
Correct. To get everybody out on the track, everybody queued up where they need to be, and so I think that's what they're going to do is 2 laps under full caution.
Oh, cool.
Which should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm still with Michael Kelly. He hasn't put in a qualifying time just yet. Kurtz with a 2:15, Max 2:13, which is nice because Max said he hasn't practiced at all. So.
Oh,
there you go. 2:08 for Michael Kelly. Wow.
Nice lap. So let's see. John Clerk, Wiley Cox, Dave Curtis, and looks like Ian Wisbin still have a lap to complete. This is Dave Curtis we're riding along with here.
Yep.
Wow, Stefan Vabo with a low 206. That's very impressive.
Yes, indeed. And especially when he threw out that email of like, I haven't practiced at all. Like, yeah, sure you haven't.
Yep. Well, some of us could practice a long time and still not get to those times, so
no doubt.
Whatever he's doing it right.
Indeed he is.
And that's the end of Dave Curtis's second lap. Oh, and it jumps up to number 3, a 2:07.8.
Very nice.
Nice
to see Darren. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, John Clerk is finishing up his third lap.
Looks like Mac ticked off a few tenths, which is nice.
Yeah, so actually it's not so bad. I mean, 2:07, 2:08, 2:09. We do have a good cluster. It's a bigger track too, so the lap times may not be totally representative of how close they are. As the lap gets longer, the spread appears larger.
Sure. And it's not a track that we have spent much time as a race series on, really. So.
No.
I think this is maybe one of our only races at Road America, right?
I think we might have ran Skip Arbors here a few seasons ago. Yeah.
I don't remember that. So.
I could be wrong, but I thought I remember. I think I remember racing here.
Do we have any indication of what next season's going to be like?
Nope. I think Jim throws some things in a hat and and just kind of figures it out.
So what would you like to see, Steve? What would you like to see next season?
Yeah, I think we might have talked about this a little bit last week, but I just really wanted to see some more people join.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a great field, like we have a great like base, I'd say. So it would be awesome to just kind of add some people here and there and see it grow a little bit. You know, part of me likes the idea of GT cars just because a lot of the guys are getting into the indoors events. So it would just be good reinforcement for them. I think the racing would probably be good. Me personally, I've always driven the slower cars. I think it's partly because when I first started, I kind of had a crappy wheel. And I think because I didn't get a lot of feeling from the wheel, the slower cars, believe it or not, you kind of drive with the throttle and the brakes. So I think I just did better with them. So I've always kind of gravitated toward the slower cars. But, we didn't do any practice this year. Last year we did a bunch of trial sessions in other cars. So it's anybody's guess.
Yeah, but let's call a spade. This from the man who gives us all the instruction for pretty much every track for every car. So
well, you assume it's good. I think if you say it confidently, everybody's going to agree.
That's pretty much how I go in and get reservations at a restaurant. I just walk in like I own the place. No, I think you've done really, really well, and it's always fun to get your instruction and your insight. And so I think it'd be fun to do either the Miata or I think to go back to the GT cars, I think would be really entertaining. Mm-hmm. So anything unique and different, but I think it could be a good time. So.
Yeah. The nice thing about the GT cars is there's so many of them, which kind of gives us some variety. But then you gotta maybe open it up to setups, and that just kind of throws another wrench in the works. I think part of the success we've had of late is just the fixed setups where you work on your driving and let the rest take care of it. Where if you kind of throw setups in, now we're gonna start playing with a lot of other things.
No doubt, and a lot of us don't have the time to play with setups and to research that sort of aspect of iRacing. I think if we did a Miata, it could be really fun. Mm-hmm. To your point last week, I would love to see something like that. Yeah,
I know though some people have strong feelings about the slower cars, so I'd hate to see the grid get smaller because of it.
No doubt. So that's why I think the GT cars would be really fun, whether it's a GT3 or any other number of cars. I do like the diversity of the cars with the GT cars, but I do think fixed setups really facilitate. They take out some of the competitive advantage that some guys who have a little bit more time, enter in.
So we can go through the grid. We have it's going to feel like 10 minutes because we have a full pace lap here. But on pole we have Stefan Vappa. Second, we have Darren Treacle. We go down the list. We're going to have second row, Dave Curtis and newcomer Wiley Cox. Row 3 is Michael Kelly and Ian Wisbin. Row 4, Jim Karamanis and Bob Lang. Behind them, we have John Clerk and Mac McCormick. Then we have Ralph Padgington and Kurt Uzbay. And in the last row, we have Carlos Bonds and Clark Ostrom. So it would have very little to do with real racing, but I had a great time driving Pro 2 trucks, which are the off-road trucks.
Oh, no way.
on road circuits. It was so much fun.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, you can beat and bang, and it's just fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe we do something different. Maybe we do like an autocross or something. That could be a good time.
Yeah.
Or what's the off-road, on-road?
Rallycross.
Rallycross. There you go. Maybe we'd do a rallycross.
Yeah.
That could be fun. We're missing John Wood tonight, and I must say that's unfortunate. But I know real-world experiences get in the way of some of this sometimes. So.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think
100%.
I think that the sim racing is supplement to the real world, and
no doubt.
Maybe next season we might have to have a few drop weeks or something to allow for these kind of things.
I think so. I mean, that was one of the things I advocated for is let's go every other week. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it gets a little bit much to try and fit something in every week. And
yeah. I mean, the every other week is nice because we could still do practices And hopefully the race gets that much better by having the extra time. And there's a lot of options too. Like I was telling Stefan a few weeks ago, I said I used to run a series called the Skip 2K Cup, which is a very competitive broadcast league, and they would run every other week, but they would follow the official Skippy schedule. So like I could jump in races instead of like practicing and doing mind-numbing laps by myself. I would just jump in an official race and get my practice in that way, and it was wonderful.
I love that idea. Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking I could do a cool shot off the pace car, but I don't think I can get in the pace car.
I'm actually in a far chase shot with Ian, which is actually quite nice for the the first 6-8 cars. So.
Yeah, nice to see Darren challenge Stefan tonight.
I would love to see that.
Although, you know, it's funny. Like, I want to pick on Stefan because he wins all the races, but he didn't win both races last week. He had trouble in race number 2. So, I think, to say he's got it in the bag is a stretch.
No, I think the reverse grid format is really conducive to some pretty entertaining racing, and I would hope it's entertaining for the viewers. So.
Yep.
It looks like we're trying to grid up here nicely. Everybody's trying to bunch up, and I think the pace car's lights are still on because we got a minute or so yet, right?
Yeah, so we're heading down the long stretch. I don't know if it has a name, but we're headed to Canada Corner. So we've got about 3-4 corners to go before we approach the final corner and go up the hill.
Looks like everybody is tightening up a bit, trying to get some heat in those tires. Have you had much experience as far as did the tires like heat up pretty quickly as far as an outlap?
I think so.
Or?
I think this car is such an animal. You know, a few hard corners, especially on the throttle, it really heats up quick. And that first lap or two are a little bit faster than the rest. But I haven't noticed, and like I said, I don't have much experience as some of the other guys where to see if it really falls off towards the end.
Pace car's off.
And we're green.
Green flag. Oh.
Looks like Dave Curtis got a little bit to a slow start.
Yeah, it looks like Karamanis is trying to bunch up a bit. Stefan pulls out in front as usual. Looks like... Oh. Everybody seems to make it through turn 1 quite nicely.
A little pack of 4 in the front. It's gonna take me a little bit to get used to Wiley Cox. I keep saying, "Oh, who's the black car? Where'd that come from?"
I was gonna say the same thing because I'm with Wiley Cox and I'm like, is he in front of it? What, this guy or not? That's funny. So. Wow, it looks like everybody's pretty tidy right
Yeah.
through the first lap.
I think we've learned that you can definitely throw it away on the first lap.
No heroes are made on the first lap. Races aren't won on the first lap. At least not in turn 1.
Well, unless you watch Formula 1.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Lewis Hamilton runs away with it every single race. It seems like so. Unless Verstappen exceeds track limits, right?
Oh my God, he's got to be so mad over that.
I know. When he lose pole and he lost fastest lap by exceeding track limits. So.
In a race, he lost the was it Bahrain GP? He passed on the outside there, and they made him give the spot back, and then he couldn't get it back.
That's right.
So it looks like Darren's keeping with Stefan. They've left everybody else behind a little bit.
Okay.
Curious to see if there's much draft here. Let's see if Darren can close. They're going by the start-finish line. I don't think he's going to get close enough by the end here.
I'm hanging right now with Carlos and Mac. Looks like there's some fun stuff going on a little bit further back in the field. Padgington is trying to make a move on Uzbek. Oh, Carlos is inside of Mac right now. The fight for the last 4 or 5 places is pretty spirited, which is good fun.
Let's see.
Looks like Michael Kelly got himself off the track a little bit.
Ian Wisbin's close to Wiley Cox.
Yep. I'm seeing Bob Lang try and make some time up on John Clerk. Bob kept it together, put his right tires in the grass a little bit, and made sure that he didn't get the overdrive on that 4-wheel drive car.
Yeah, I haven't heard much complaining about the missed shifts or anything, so I don't know if guys are coming to terms with it, if they've kind of found some workarounds, or, you know, it is possible to go to an auto clutch and things like that.
Looks like Ian and Wiley Cox are having quite a nice little race right now. Ian's trailing, but he seems to be closing a bit. Trying to find his way, making his
Just
move.
a great passing opportunity up here into Canada corner.
Yep.
Oh, he sticks his nose out, pulls it back in.
Looks like he's just feeling him out, just seeing where he may be a little bit slow and seeing where he might put a little pressure on him and if he can sneak his way by.
You know, the great thing about our league races, or any league, is that you kind of get to know the guys you're racing with. So when somebody new shows up, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I think has been really good to your point about the league. It's one of the things that I think is going to be really interesting about the Jeff is there's a lot of new drivers, a lot of people we haven't raced with, so everybody's going to have to keep it in line and make sure that we understand each other. So,
he locks him up. He stays off him.
Oh.
Keep it off the wall. He keeps it off the wall.
Don't get stuck in that gravel. It's a 4-wheel drive. It's like going through a snowdrift. It'll be fine. Oh, no.
Yeah, he did a good job to keep it off the back of Wiley and
oh, my gosh.
not collect anyone.
Oh, and he went all the way down to last. Oh, that is unfortunate. His sister car just goes by him, and what a bummer.
Looks like Michael Kelly's going to make a pass here. Way to the inside.
Yeah.
Bob Lang way to the outside. And he's got it through. Oh, and Jim Karamanis just went by Wiley here.
Looks like Darren is trying to put the push on Stefan. He's only 0.6 seconds back.
So their last laps were a 2:05.9 and a 2:06.1. I mean, those are blazing quick laps.
Yep. It's shaping up to be quite a little test here. Although Stefan is pulling away a little bit. But Darren catches him under brakes.
Yeah, as we've seen, Darren typically gets a little bit faster throughout the race, and
yeah, you bet.
And if he can stay this close to Stefan the whole race, maybe he'll learn a thing or two, and you know, use some of Stefan's own magic against him.
Wow, he's closed the gap. He's got the Danny Rick late braking approach to Stefan's hard drive out of the corners. This is nice.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. He doesn't seem to make much room on the straightaways. I thought for sure he'd be able to take a couple tenths out of him.
But Darren's really on top of Stefan tonight. So maybe that lack of practice that Stefan was talking about a little bit early in the feed is catching up with him. And Darren loves the tin top, so I think this might be a really good race. Well, it's a half a second that's keeping him back. So. Wow, he really closes that gap under braking. Oh, no! Gets a little squirrely under braking. Oh, that puts him back a bit.
Oh, Stefan missed the apex of that one.
Yes, he did. Wow. I don't think Darren capitalized, though, unfortunately.
Well, I think he's fortunate that Stefan made a mistake shortly after he made a mistake. And they're small mistakes, you know, but
no doubt.
it keeps him within the draft, about a half second back right now.
Yep. Darren's taking a little bit more of an inside line. Stefan has to get on the brakes a bit. But he did get the push out of the exit a little bit earlier than Darren did, which put a little bit of distance. Pretty fun race up front.
Let's see. I'm going to jump back. I think Carlos Bonds has some pressure.
Oh, wow. Carlos is pressuring Ralph, it looks like. No? Yep,
yeah, Ralph.
Yep.
Well, he's got some damage in the front. I don't believe we saw how we got that.
Is that Carlos?
Yeah, the front of his
okay.
Hello Kitty machine.
Looks like Michael Kelly is trying to close down on Wiley Cox a bit.
Yeah, I think Michael Kelly had a little bit of an off earlier and lost a few positions, but now he's, charging his way through the field. He's got, it looks to be about a second and a half pace advantage on the cars in front of him.
Karametis is comfortably positioned at fourth. Looks like Michael is closing.
Let's see. Well, the closest one we have right now is this Ralph Paddington-Carlos battle. I think I might have found where Carlos Bonds picked up his damage. I'm going to jump to that real quick. Oh, maybe he backed in or got into the back of Kurt. No. Oh, whoa. Little accordion action there.
Looks like Wiley is actually trying to make up some time in Jim Karamatas. He's closing under braking, which is quite nice. Karamatas is putting on quite a nice defense, but Michael Kelly is also pushing to see if he can close in on Wiley.
Yeah, we're, what do we got here? About 10 minutes left? No, we're 10 minutes into it.
Looks like Stefan's pulling away. He's about 8/10 now. Maybe we take up the 4th through 6th positions.
Yeah, we're following along with Jim right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, Darren's getting close. Let's jump there real quick.
Oh.
Darren's within 4/10. Coming, approaching the final corner.
Oh, well.
Let's see if he's close enough to make a charge up the hill.
I'm going to stick with the 4th. Oh, Michael Kelly goes wide.
Okay, let's jump to that.
Just a little bit of over braking and slid through the turn. He's trying to be very aggressive right now, and I think he's chasing the, it seems like the red mist might be getting him a little bit, but Jim Karamatis and Wiley Cox are having a really good race right now. Wiley is trying to close the gap, but it looks like Jim's defensively driving. It's quite nice.
So right now we have a little bit of a trio. We have Carlos Bonds, Ian Wisbin, and I think, is that Kurt Usbay in front? No, that's John Clerk. All separated by about a second. Ian
goes into the wall.
Oh, okay. Ian,
trying to chase Jim down.
Let's say Ian Wisbin just went around Carlos Bonds at turn 1, and I'm gonna jump back to let's see what happened to Wiley here. Nope, it's not Wiley. Clicking Wiley. Oh, there we go. Okay. Trying to understand where we are here.
Let's go back to the Bob Lang, John Clerk, Carlos Bonds race, because Clerk is making a move on Bob Lang right now.
Yep, we're live.
Yep.
Oh, a little bit wide on that corner.
Yep.
I think if Ian's patient, you know, he's got a few big straightaways to work with coming up.
No doubt.
Hang close around the carousel. Oh, he goes wide. Oh, it sure looked like he was sliding into that corner, but Ian had nowhere to go.
He held it.
But this is allowing Carlos to catch up to the back of this group.
It sure is. This might be one of the better contests right now.
I'm gonna jump in Carlos's car. Oh, he's got a great run.
Oh, we got Carlos sticking his nose in there.
Is he going? No, he had to wait because Ian's there.
Pass.
I think Ian's on the outside there.
All over it.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Got it. What a great move. Come on, Carlos. Make it stick.
2 for 1. Oh, he's not done. John Clark's still to the inside. Oh, he's got it. He's got it now.
What a great move by Carlos. Wow. And Ian sticks it through on Clark as well.
And I think that all started, we were following John Clark when he made that one little mistake, which allowed them to get bunched up.
Wow, looks like
Ian's coming back.
Carlos.
I wonder if that damage is hurting Carlos.
Yeah, it sure is. He's going to tuck in behind and see if he can get the draft, but I think he's got too much of a run on him. Carlos is going to try and catch him under braking. It looks like Ian's going to run away with it.
Yeah.
None of that. No yawning.
So Ian's best lap, believe it or not, was 2:07. It was a very fast lap for him, and Carlos and John are not at that pace. You remember we watched Ian go off in turn 1 under braking, so yeah, he ended up getting put back a bit. Well, we're going to jump back to the front. Darren is all over the back of Stefan Vappa.
Oh.
About a quarter of a second. Oh, Darren's got a great run out of the kink. He's down to 1500ths. He's sticking his nose in. Darren's going to the inside into Canada corner. Stefan gave him some room. I don't know if it was I don't know if there was enough. It looks like Darren may have backed out.
Oh yeah, looks like Darren's definitely closing.
Let's see if we can get another run here coming down this next straightaway.
Stefan's always tidy though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to make a mistake to let you by. You're going to have to earn it.
You're going to have to. No doubt. No doubt.
They do have a lapped car in front of them. That's Wiley. I don't know if that's going to play.
How they deal with lap traffic.
You know, unless he lifts, I don't know if they'll catch him on the long straight. They may catch him in a little bit of a twisty bits.
I think they're going to catch him pretty soon here. It looks like we've got a couple more minutes, and so maybe 3-4 more laps. Well, 2-3 more laps. It looks like they're going to catch him in short order, so we'll see what Stefan does as far as trying to put some space between him with lap traffic. Looks like Clark Ostrom is out.
Yeah, I'm not sure he ever started. Like I said, we followed him a little bit in qualifying, and he was blinking here and there, so I don't know if he just decided not to join.
Darren's definitely pushing. Stefan's just so early on the gas out of those corners, it's really nice to watch.
Yeah.
Got the car rotated there nicely, but it looked like Darren caught him a bit.
Yeah, he had fallen back, but he's within a half a second now.
Interesting to see how their line in the carousel differs. Darren looks a little bit tidier, actually, than Stefan did through that turn. They're really catching this lap traffic.
Oh, he pulls out of the way.
Very nice. Way to go, Wiley. He must have saw the blue flag. Something Mazepan didn't see in the last Formula One Portugal race.
Yeah, he's not making any friends out there.
No, he's not.
I mean, he had all those issues. I shouldn't say he had issues. He caused issues with his qualifying antics, jumping the queue lines.
He sure did. Combine his qualifying, combine his blue flag ignorance, as well as his social media presence, and boy, he's not making friends, is he?
Well, you know, a lot of people hate him for those reasons, but I was reading something the other day, and apparently he's never been very good. You know, through all of his seasons, he's never been like the front runner or anything like that. So he's just kind of fallen upwards with the money, and I mean, more power to him. I wish I could do that, but
when your father's a Russian oligarch who's got a lot of money, I mean, like from oil money, like what do you expect?
Yeah.
If anybody is listening out there and you're a Russian oligarch and you need some drivers, Steve and I are for hire.
If you want to adopt 2 kids, here we are. Pretty low maintenance all in all. I mean, no diaper changing.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s. I'm pretty self-sufficient, but I would certainly love a drive in Formula One.
You can adopt some kids and go out to go for a drink with you.
I promise you, I will wreck less than Mazepin does.
Oh, Michael Kelly hanging on to it.
Let's see what we got here. I'm just going back through the field a little bit to see if there's anything close. And yeah, it looks like I'm with Michael Kelly following up with Jim Karamanis. There's an interesting race here. Oh, nice.
And they're only a few seconds behind David Curtis, so this duo could become a trio.
And it looked like Curtis kind of locked him up here and wanted him to turn 2 turns ago, so it looks like these guys could catch him. Looks like Kelly's a little bit earlier on the brakes, almost a slow in, fast out kind of approach, and he's going to make a little bit of time up on Jim.
Oh, he's close now. About a quarter second.
Drive. Yeah.
Might be able to make this work down the front stretch.
Yep. He just got a little squirrely under braking, though. Jim got a good push out of that turn. It seems like maybe that curbing upset Michael just a tad. Jim got a good drive out of that right-hander.
Yeah, he sure did. The interval's about hanging the same.
Yep. Pulling away just a tad.
This is our closest battle on the track. Our battle for the lead is about a second right now. Stefan Vappa leading the race with Darren Treacle close second, and Dave Curtis currently holding the last podium's position. On YouTube, Jim Graziano asks what happened to Clark. We're not really sure. He had some, looks like some connectivity issues during qualifying, and he did not, we never saw him on the grid. So if he hangs around, maybe we could ask him after the session.
I'm back up to visit with Darren, and it looks like he's still chasing Stefan, not closing too much. He's about 6/10 back. So
yeah, both of them. I mean, blistering fast laps last lap. Darren with a 2:05.7 and Stefan with a 2:05.8. So
wow,
they're definitely hammered down still. Oh, Michael Kelly's close to Jim Karamanis.
See, Darren's closed the gap quite a bit to Stefan too. He's making the push right now. Looks like the white flag should be coming out soon, and Darren is pushing very hard. He's right on Stefan's tail.
Oh.
Why don't we stick with the leader?
Okay. I believe we have... So this should be lap 11 of 12.
Okay.
Wow. So they stepped it up even more. Those last laps were a 2:05.5, but for both drivers.
Yeah, it looks like Darren's pushing pretty hard and Stefan's answering, which is quite nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 2 seconds on the next closest car. I mean, yeah, at least.
It's fun to watch Darren push pretty hard, and Stefan says, you know what, no thank you. I can step up as well and just leap ahead, which is pretty fun. So I wonder if Stefan's listening to the broadcast and he hears us saying, it looks like Darren's catchy. He's like, nah.
Not today.
Not today. Oh, no! Oh no, Darren gets into the grass and that 4-wheel drive takes him wide.
Yeah, that's it, probably. 2 seconds back now.
That's the end of it. What an unfortunate event.
I mean, great drive by both of them. If this is how it ends,
No
You know,
doubt.
Stefan was mistake-free all race, and
Yeah.
Darren really got to pace so quickly and pressured Stefan the whole time.
Yeah, no shame for either. I mean, for Darren. Darren ran a great race, and what's going to be nice is that Stefan starts 10th, Darren starts 9th. So we'll see what happens.
So I just jumped back to Jim Karamanis, Michael Kelly. Somehow Michael Kelly got in front of Jim Karamanis, but Jim Karamanis is all over the back of Michael Kelly.
Trying to push him to a mistake.
Yeah, I'm just watching the intervals. Looks like Ian Wisbin, right
like
behind
Mike.
Bob Lang, poised to make a pass.
Oh no!
What's that? Oh, where are we going? Where should we go? You tell me where to go.
I mean, Michael Kelly just went in the grass.
Oh. No, he's holding. He's still in front of Jim.
Is he?
Yeah.
Then what did I just see? I thought I saw Michael go in the grass.
Were you live?
Maybe. There he goes.
Okay, we just got the white flag.
Okay, got it.
And the leaders are into turn 3. It looks like there's about a 2-second interval between. Right now, Dave Curtis is in sole command of the 3 spot. He's got about a 5-second gap on Michael Kelly, who is still getting into it with Jim Karamanis. About 3/4 of a second between those two. And we also have Ian Wisbin, a quick Ian Wisbin, trying to get around Bob Lang. Ian Wisbin going around the outside into turn 1.
Got it.
And he gets a position. Let's jump back to the Michael Kelly, Jim Karamanis battle. Well, Michael Kelly goes defensive, which is going to allow Jim to get a good run off this corner and close the gap. Oh, he's there now.
There you go. Oh,
And Jim's on the inside.
Jim's pushing.
Jim's got him.
Oh, he's got
Is he
him.
clear? Oh, not quite.
I think he's got him.
Yeah, he does. I think he wasn't quite clear and made himself clear.
Yeah, he made himself clear. He definitely was like, "This is my spot. Thank you."
Yeah. This is the last lap, so you got to expect a little bit of, oh, Michael Kelly. Oh.
Ah,
He's going to keep going.
Karamanis did the Ricky Bobby. Excuse me.
Yeah. We'll ride along with Stefan Vappa across the start-finish line. As we were saying, great race by him. Mistake-free.
Yeah. I think we should probably start calling Stefan the Iceman. at least pre-Top Gun.
I think that last lap by Stefan was the fastest lap of the race, so he never backed down, and Darren was right behind him. Super fast laps for both of those guys for pretty much the whole race. Dave Curtis coming out of last corner for 3rd position. Well done by him. We're going to jump back to Jim Karamanis, who now is by himself. So after all that, Michael Kelly only lost the position to Jim.
Yeah, he sure did.
And then Ian Wisbin, great recovery after that incident in turn 1.
Looks like Bob Lang is going to come in, what, 6th? Nope.
7th.
Ian Wisbin, 7th. 7th for Bob Lang. Carlos Bonds for 8th. All right, well, it'll be interesting to see how the next race shapes up with an inverted field.
So it looks like Kurt Uzbey and John Clark will be starting front row.
This seems to be Uzbey's bailiwick. He just 10th to 1st.
Yeah.
He just sticks it out, and he comes in like 4th or 5th. It's
Yeah,
really
he
great
does
strategy.
really well up
Sure
front
does.
with all the pressure, and usually shows a bunch of good pace.
He sure does. He sure does. He makes the most of that second race, which is pretty fun to watch.
And that's our last car.
I'll be hearing the comments of the gang, so it's pretty fun. You gonna give the inverted grid?
Yeah. So first we have Kurt Uzbey, and joining him on the front row is John Clerk. Starting third will be Carlos Bonds and Bob Lang. Row 3 we have Ian Wisman and Michael Kelly. Row 4 we have Jim Karamanis and Dave Curtis. Then we're going to have our race 1 winner and runner-up, Stefan Vappa and Darren Treacle in row 5. Then we have Mac McCormick and Wiley Cox. And in the last row we're going to have Ralph Padgington. And I believe Clark Ostrom has left the session. Yeah, I don't know what the strategy would be if I was driving this race. Whether you want to warm the tires, not warm the tires. If you don't warm the tires, they'll be a little sketchy the first few corners, but you'll be able to extend the extra pace they have, when they are cool, for a little bit more.
Do you think the tires actually wear off like that?
I don't think they wear off, but I just think that while they're cool, they just have something a little extra. I've noticed when trying to do hot laps that the lap out of the pits and the next one are usually pretty quick. The outlap, first few corners on the outlap can be sketchy, but
I haven't spent enough time with the car to see if the tires fall off or not.
Yeah, I think if you're Stefan and Darren need to get through the pack, you'd probably want to heat your tires up a bit. You don't need any extra issues. They're going to be dealing with traffic and things like that. So.
No, I get that. All right, let's see how we're doing here. I'm hanging with Karamanis right now. I'm doing the far chase view, see if how the field develops, and see the pace car come off.
Can't quite read what that says. Track 106. That's on the warmer side.
So tell me what you know about the track, faster or slower based on temperature. I mean, I know we talked about this quite a bit, and you say, hey, as the track cools off, but I mean,
yeah.
where do you see the benefits? Is it a couple degrees? Is it 10 degrees?
Oh,
where do you see the benefits?
it's pretty dramatic. Like 10 degrees will be about. I mean, depending on the track size, could be about a half a second. So like, typically, like a cool track, like especially like if you're racing at night, will be about 65 degrees.
Sure.
A hot track, I've been on tracks that were about 140, but typically a hot track's 120. But
Okay.
between those two, I mean, it could be several seconds a lap. So the car will obviously drive different. In some cars, like you're gonna have to use different gears. Just you might be not necessarily like in the setup, just a third gear corner, maybe now a second gear corner when the track's super hot. That's all.
Interesting.
So yeah,
So as the track heats up, for the viewers at home, as the track heats up, it gets a little bit greasier.
yeah, it definitely gets greasy. And in terms of driving, what I just find is as you back up your brake points, which you have to do a lot when the track gets hot, you kind of you just kind of you naturally drive the rest. Once you kind of get the car down to speed, you're going to kind of start to feel the traction and apply the throttle where, this car, you're kind of ginger on the throttle anyway, but on a slower car where you may have just mashed the gas exiting a corner, you're going to have to feather it, on a hot track.
Now, if you understand the track temperature going into a session, is it something that you would try and adjust tire pressure or something to that effect? Or what would your car setup be? That would be different for that.
Well, as a car corners more, you could run more camber and things like that because the tire's going to lean over more. I typically don't mess with it too much just because, I don't like to make last minute changes. I like to have that kind of stuff all ahead of time.
Pace car is off. looks like Kurt's holding them up quite a bit.
Green, green, green. Yeah, he definitely kept the pace speed low.
Yes, he did. I don't know if that's going to pay off for him because it seems like everybody got to jump on him quite a bit.
Yeah, but he's still got the inside.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Jim Caramass coming through.
Jim takes out.
Wow.
Listen, Michael Kelly. Wow.
Let's see. And Darren's hustling through the field, and he's in front of Stefan.
I think we should put Karamatis through driver's school.
Oh boy, and Dave Curtis is off track, and Ian Wisbin's on the inside there. Well, let's see. See if I can find that Jim issue.
I'm watching Stefan Vapa make a move. It looks like on Darren.
Yeah, he's to the inside.
Yeah, he sure is.
Darren's gonna fight him. Nope, not
He's
gonna be able to
fight
do it.
him.
Oh, and
wow.
that's that.
Oh, and there goes Wiley Cox. Wow. Looks like Karamatis was trying for some definite theatrics at the beginning of this race. So
We had an exciting first lap. We'll stick along with the John Clerk, Bob Lang, Kurt Uzbay battle for a bit, and then we'll go back and review the start. Oh, John Clerk's off.
No, Clerk's off. And Stefan's made up. What a great start to Stefan's race.
Yeah.
I wonder if Karamatis had watched the driver's video for the Jefferson 500. Stefan's right on John Clerk's tail.
It's Kurt Uzbay.
I'm sorry, is that Uzbay? I'm sorry, thank you.
Yeah, John Clerk went off. Oh, and Kurt Uzbay goes off. He quickly saved that, though. That was a great job by Kurt.
He surely did. He surely did.
And Wiley Cox grabs another one.
Oh, so Stefan's on the tail of Bob Lang. Got it.
So we're we're not even a lap in, and Stefan's already up to second, and damn close to the leader.
It's fun, you know. It's funny we talk about racecraft, and if you just sort of wait your time and pick away at folks, you can just be super smart, watch other people make mistakes. And you can make up some serious positions, which is kind of fun. So
let it come to you.
You bet. You bet. I think everybody gets the red mist and gets super aggressive and they feel like they have to pass, but sometimes you just have to pressure and let people make mistakes.
Oh, Stefan stuck a nose in, and Bob Lang wasn't having any of it. You know, Stefan's been hogging all the lap leader statistics. I think Bob Lang's going to fight a little bit for this.
Yeah, he sure has.
Hope Stefan's got a huge run now.
Oh, he's got past Bob in short order. Oh. Bob is pushing, but he should probably be pretty patient with Stefan.
Yeah, I think he's in a great position to do well and finish in this race. So I think he should just, hit his marks and,
stay calm, hit your marks. Yep.
I mean, as we saw last race, Stefan and Darren had several seconds on the rest of the field. I think,
yeah, you bet.
It'd be hard to step up and all of a sudden start driving at Stefan's pace. So he just needs to do his own thing and not get distracted.
Yep, win some points. Don't get distracted. Let Stefan run away with it.
Yep.
Keep Wiley and Uzbay in his rear view mirror and just be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back here, see if I can find the race start.
Looks like Padgington and looks like Dave Curtis are doing a nice job of getting close right now.
Oh yeah.
Curtis is pushing pretty hard. Looks like he's going to try and get the draft and go for the pass right now.
Yeah, he's sticking his nose around the outside, which is soon going to become the inside. Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, that was a nice move. Oh, Carlos is going to take advantage, try and get by. Ooh.
And Carlos is all over the back of Ralph Padgington.
Yeah, he sure is. I think he could have probably moved through, but I don't know if he had that much confidence that Padgington saw him in his mirror. So.
Yeah, it's tough when you get to a car who's racing another car, because their focus is still on that other car, not necessarily you in behind.
Yeah, no doubt. And it looks like Padgington really got a nice run out of that turn.
Yeah, his car really rocketed down the straightaway there.
Sure did. Curtis is trying to make the push on Uzbay. Padgington kind of made a bit of a mistake, and Carlos might be capitalizing.
He's really doing a nice job hitting his marks, using all the road.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, I wonder if Carlos might be driving. Either he's got a little bit of damage, or he's driving me with a driver's aid of sorts, maybe an automatic clutch or something, which is hampering his straight line speed.
Oh no. Well, no, actually, Curtis just took a wide line, which was nice. He made up some time on Uzbek, which is kind of nice. I was thinking maybe he was offline, but he just took that wide line and tried to do the undercut, which is pretty nice. He's pushing pretty hard, so.
Yeah, he's got John Clerk who snuck up behind him.
Yep.
They were having a battle. Looks like a get close. 5-car battle here if they keep this up.
Oh well, Carlos is really putting the pressure on Patchington. So.
Yeah, as we see here on the outside, he has a little bit of damage in the front, which might be explaining his straightaway speed.
Yep. And if we go up with Clerk and or Curtis and Uzbek, looks like he's going to probably make a move in the next turn or two. If not
Oh yeah, he's there now.
He's on there. He's on the outside.
Yeah, now he's going to be on the outside going into Canada corner.
On him. Oh, Kurt gave nice
Yeah,
room.
Kurt let him through.
That was good racecraft, guys.
You know, I think your instinct is to fight, but I think you have to be aware that we are in the reverse grid, and you know, the guys behind. You know, if you start up front, the guys behind you probably are faster than you.
You bet. You bet. I think that's listen. That's what VRG is all about. It's gentleman racing. If somebody's going to take that corner and they're quicker than you, just give them a corner, live to fight another day, and hold that 5th position or 4th position.
Yeah.
No sense wrecking both people's race. Looks like Carlos got by. Was that John Clark?
I believe John Clark has been kind of hunting them down a little bit, so I think
see.
John Clark got close and stuck his nose in.
Got it. Carlos is tailing Padgington quite nicely.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to jump up real quick. I think we have a battle for second. Oh! And just as we join, I see Wiley Cox go for a ride.
Yep, he almost took Bob Lang out.
I'm not sure if Bob Lang made contact there, or here, let's. I'm gonna jump back and see if we can get a replay of it.
Yep, let's watch the replay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bob Lang hit him.
He chrome horned him right out of the way.
Yeah, he sure did.
Whew.
That's like Ricky Bobby stuff right there. I think the stewards would be called out to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure Wiley Cox isn't too appreciative.
Looks like Carlos is trying to close in on Uzbek right now.
Is Carlos's damage getting worse? Has he hit a few?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the rear view, the far chase view, and Carlos is definitely trying to close on Uzbek, who's defending nicely. Takes the inside line.
Oh, smoke in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Maybe somebody locked a tire going into there.
Wow, allowed John Clerk to catch up. Oh no.
Oh, he's in the grass.
Carlos goes wide. Yep.
That's a terrible spot. You know, that long straightaway, you surely don't want to be going slow when you get there.
No, you do not. See really nice racing from Uzbek and John Clerk.
Yeah.
Looks like John's going to try and make a move on Kurt. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh boy!
Oh gosh!
Not really sure what happened there.
And Carlos is going to capitalize. Damage and all. He's going to make Clerk own it. Nice defensive driving by Uzbek to stay out of trouble.
It looks like Wiley Cox got back by Bob Lang down the long straightaway.
Oh no, I didn't see it. Oh, he sure did.
So even with no pressure, Stefan is still running 2:05 lap times.
Wow. I think the midfield, you know, that Dave Curtis, Kurt Uzbek, John Clark, Carlos Bonds race is pretty much shaping up to be the competition of the session here.
Yeah.
John is rapidly approaching Kurt, but Kurt's doing a nice job of racing defensively.
I'm not sure what happened to Ian Wisbin, but I think he's the fastest of all of them. I don't know why he was so far back in the beginning, but he's caught this pack, and I think he'll make his way through them all eventually.
Carlos is trying to make a move on John right now. He's going wide to maybe cut back in for the over-under. And Uzbek's just trying to run the defensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what he has to do at this point. You know, he's,
Yep.
you know, pace-wise, he's probably a little bit down. And, you know, if he can run defensive and let these guys race it out among themselves, it may give him a little breather.
He's got a long time, though. He's got 10 minutes of racing without a mistake. He gets in the grass. Oh, no!
He's, and he
Carlos
stays out
gets
there.
Clark. Uzbek stays in front. It looks like Ian's trying to close on Clark right now. Oh, it looks like he missed his mark there on that turn. Ian's going to capitalize on Clark and gets the drive.
Yeah, Ian was really fast last week as well. Just had some unfortunate events that.
Yeah. Ian's going to use Carlos to his advantage right now. It looks like.
No, he sets a pick.
Yeah, he sure did.
Gets 2 cars, 2 for 1.
Almost closing on Uzbek.
No, Carlos hangs around the outside.
He sure did.
Problem for Carlos is now he's got another long straightaway where that damage is going to hold him up again.
Yeah, he sure does. But if he can back him off a little bit, and if Carlos can use, well, no.
Oh, it's over now. He's in the grass.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. And Ian's going to take Uzbek. It's time to. Too much of a long straightaway. And it looks like Clark is going to try and take advantage as well and get the run.
Oh, let's jump.
Oh, no! Oh,
oh boy! Oh, no, Kraken!
Oh, and Clark gets through. Can he keep it? Oh, my gosh. And Carlos comes through on the inside. Oh, my God.
Wow, so that shook things up.
Yeah, it sure did. Clark kept it under control and gets the drive outside of the corner. And he's going to make... He's going to make Carlos earn it. And Carlos is gone now. With that damage, I don't think he's going to catch him.
Did Carlos let John Clark by?
Oh, no. Clark tried. He ran wide in the turn. Oh, and look at Carlos catch Clark.
Yeah, so what started that? Kurt Uzbek got the back of Ian? Okay.
Uzbek, he started to slide the back of his car a little bit and hooked it into Ian. Yep.
It's a little too much brake.
Oh, wow, Carlos is getting the draft?
Yeah. Carlos is, you know, they both have very similar looking damage, so I bet you they're, it's a fair fight right now.
It looked like Carlos is really doing the right thing, though, and being patient. Just stay in the draft. Don't try and get out in front. Don't give Clark the advantage. I mean, come on. He's got 7 minutes to go, it looks like. And so I think he just bides his time, stays patient, and picks him off and tries to make Clark make a mistake.
Well, it looks like Bob Lang's about 20 seconds in front of them, so they're probably not going to be able to make that up.
No doubt. No. Carlos sticks his nose in the inside.
It's a drag race, turn 1.
We'll see if he can outbrake him. And he does. He does. And he makes it stick. Nice move, Carlos.
Up, John Clark's coming back. Stick his nose in. Nope, he backs out.
I was going to say, I don't think he's going to outbrake him. Carlos seems really smooth through that right-hander.
Oh, wow, he's already there.
Oh, here he is.
Wow.
Oh, gets a little squirrely. Carlos is going to take the over-under. No, he's not. He's just a little bit wide. I wonder if he's losing a little bit of downforce there. I don't know. Do these cars have that much aerodynamics? Mechanical grip?
I don't know. I do know if you abuse the front tires, you will definitely lose front grip and the car will start to understeer.
I see.
I tell you, Ian's in the back lurking. He's coming.
Oh.
Ian is going to catch these guys again.
All right, I'm going to go back. Carlos is really pushing right now. Almost feel like he might be overdriving the car just a little bit. I think he needs to just be patient, stay with it. wait for Clerk to make a mistake.
It seemed like he was being patient, and then I think, you know, as he kept getting opportunities, he pushed a little bit harder,
Yeah.
and now he's, you know, in full race again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. Ian is right there. He's just lurking.
And damage-wise, Ian's car looks good, so he's probably got a bit of straight line pace on these guys.
I feel like Carlos is losing his patience. You could just see, like, he's a little bit erratic in how he's trying to get around Clerk.
Yeah.
And Ian's going to capitalize right now, in fact.
Yeah, he was super smooth, you know, using all... Oh! John Clark's off.
And Ian's going to capitalize. He's going to go outside of Carlos. He's got the run on him. And with Carlos's damage, I don't think there's a chance now to recover with that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Really smooth braking, great turn in. I think Ian's going to run away with this.
I see Darren Treacle is sneaking through the order. He's up to 8th. Running some fast lap times. He's in the 206s, so he had that incident early on. Where he went into, I don't even know the name of the corner, but into the straightaway he had the issue, and probably got a faster pair, so the car looks good. And he's been making some way. He's up to 8th. I guess at one point he was probably back to 13th if he had to go to the pits.
Yep. Well, Karamanis is making a move on Ralph Badgington in 11th and 10th. He's just trying to recover some time. It looks like there was a couple mistakes, but he's under braking. He's going to make his way.
Yeah.
He's going to throw his nose on the inside. So these two guys in a similar livery. Looks like they're teammates. So you always want to beat your teammate.
Oh, he's going to hit it. He got close.
Yes, he surely did. Looks like Ralph might have made a mistake.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Jim forced an error there. Nice driving by Karamanis. You never want to drive in your mirrors.
Yeah, no, I actually, in the sim, I kind of push them far away so they're not something that distracts me.
Yep, yep.
I'm going to scroll through real quick, and now while we have a minute, I want to jump back and see the first lap.
Sure.
So here we are headed to turn 1. It's like
It's a really good. I'm sorry. There's a really good fight right now with Carlos, Clerk, and it looks like Darren is trying to make up some time. So if you can go back to that field, Darren's making a run on Carlos right now. Clerk is trying to stave them off.
I actually jumped away because I didn't see any close battles on track.
No, they're really close right now.
Oh yeah, no, here we go. Headed over the start-finish straight.
Yep.
Darren goes to the inside.
It looks like he's going to take them both.
Yeah.
And maybe Carlos is going to follow behind. Yep. See if Clerk can do something to defend, but he cannot. Nice pass by Darren.
Yeah. Up to 6th place.
Oh, wow. Clerk defends and comes back. Takes the next turn, although it looks like Carlos is trying under braking to get in. But he holds him off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Darren just pulls away.
Oh, yeah, he's
gone.
gone.
Have some damage, so.
So we're on lap 9, 10, 11, 12. Darren, so in front of Darren, he has Ian Wisbin, who is actually one of the faster cars on the track. I'm not sure he'll be able to get there in time. Let's see, Darren is, where is he on the track? Oh, he's got a left-hander, he's going to be in the carousel. Let's jump ahead and see where Ian is. Ian's just entering the carousel. So yeah, I don't know if he's got enough time to catch Ian. You know, if Stefan and Darren are the fastest cars on the track, Ian's probably a close third.
Stick with the Carlos and Clark race because right now these guys are touching. They are just really
that's
trying
close
to
one through
get
the
after
carousel.
it. This is going to be a photo finish for these two.
Oh, he wrecks him!
Wrecks him out! No! Oh my God! That's that impatience.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Is he waiting for him, maybe? Trying to do the
I don't know what he's
gentlemanly
doing.
thing? Feels bad about that one?
I'm not sure how honorable that was.
Well, waiting for him anyway. Let's see. And John Clerk went to the pits, so yeah, that's over.
There you go. What a bummer. Such a good race. It was such spirited racing. They just got a little too close.
Race leader Stefan Vappa just ran the fastest lap of the race at 2:05.7. I think he's doing this to entertain himself at this point.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I think everybody's pretty much by themselves at this point.
Yeah.
I think the closest race is John Clerk in the pits behind the pace car. It looks like Bob Lang is trying to close in on... Is that Dave Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do we got, a lap or so?
We are on lap 10 of 12, so we have 2 more.
All right. Well, let's see if Bob can close the gap. Looks like he's actually making a run for it.
I think we actually went the other way. I think Dave Curtis may have gotten by Bob Lang.
I see.
Based on the lap times I'm looking at anyway.
Okay.
Good run by Bob Lang. Started towards the front and capitalized, led a few laps.
Yep, yep.
You know, and as we were saying, like, you know, with the reverse grid, you kind of know the guys behind you do have pace on you.
No
so
doubt.
you just got to do your best to, you know, minimize the damage. He kept his nose clean. You can tell his car's pretty perfect. You know, looks pretty perfect to me.
It does look like Bob is trying to close, though, on Dave Curtis.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I think that's the closest race right now.
Yeah.
He made a little bit of mistake there, but...
Oh, actually, Carlos Bond just got by Kurt Uzbey. Oh, Kurt Uzbey crashed.
I see.
Let's see what happened to Kurt.
Go back to the Bob Lang Dave Curtis race because Bob is really pushing.
Okay.
I think the gap is
About 2 seconds.
Yep, there you have it.
Oh, gotta go. I wasn't quite live. There we go.
Probably the closest race in the field right now. Although, like you said, Carlos and Uzbey are fairly close. I think Bob made a bit of a mistake.
Yep, the gap's up to 3 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing super close. We can
Unfortunately.
jump through the field here. Let's see, Mac McCormick. I think he's our last car running on the track right now. Is he a lap down? Yeah, I think he's 1 lap down. I think he got caught up in that first lap incident.
Yep, I think so. Looks like Bob is on the carousel. He's just about 2.1 seconds back.
Yeah, I'm just going through the field, and we have John Clerk, who we followed by quite a bit. He ended up having to pit. Ralph Padgington, he had some good battles today. He's still behind Jim Karamanis, although there's a pretty big gap between the two of them.
Yep.
Jim Karamanis can see Kurt Uzbey and Carlos Bonds in front of them, running out of time if he's going to try to catch them.
Yeah, he's about 5 seconds back. I think it's a tall order.
Yeah, and Darren Treacle's made his way up to 6. He can see Ian Wisman in the distance. Ian's just under 5 seconds in front of him.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Bob Lang's about 3.5 seconds behind Dave Curtis. Stefan Vappa has taken the white flag.
Yeah, I think so has Dave and Bob.
Wiley Cox is in 2nd place. Yeah, so lap time wise, Darren had some really fast laps. So did Stefan. Would have been a good battle to see them work their way through the field.
Yeah, no doubt.
A few mistakes kept us from that. And then Ian Wisman with a very fast lap time, and Dave Curtis both in the low 207s.
Let's go back to Karamanis. He is closing on Uzbey, and he's looking like he's trying to make a forced error here. So he is very, very close.
Yeah, probably got a pace advantage. Looks like Kurt's carrying some damage with him.
Yep. I think Karamanis is going to try and make a pass here in this last lap. Finish up a spot in the points.
Yeah, I don't think Kurt's going to do much about it. Runs him over to the grass. Wow, I mean, he put like 10, 12 car lengths on him, looks like.
Yep.
And Stefan Vapp is approaching the final corner.
Looks like we had somebody off.
Let's see. Mac McCormick has crashed.
Okay.
All right, congratulations to Stefan. Let's go see what happened to Mac. Oh, turn 2, heading into turn 3. Oh, we just get the little grass entering, getting on the entry. Oh, just kind of slides off, no harm, no foul. And Wiley Clocks finishes second, crossing the start finish line. Dave Curtis coming.
He's trying to make a move on Carlos in a huge way.
Is he close enough? Okay, let's jump to that.
I don't know if he's going to get him. It looks like there's not enough track, but he's trying.
Yeah, his last lap was about 3 seconds faster.
Yep.
And he's just under 3 seconds back right now. I don't think he's going to be able to get there.
No, I don't think so. He just put him in the grass.
Yeah, he's in the grass.
No, he's not going to have it. If he could have kept it tidy, it looks like he might have been able to make a run.
Carlos Bonds, he's provided us with good entertainment today.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, that mid-pack, right? The mid-pack is such an entertaining field, so.
Yeah, I feel like we had a few shaky races earlier in the season. I guess as everybody was coming to terms with the car and just knowing what to expect. But, yeah, it's really shaped up nicely.
Looks like Carlos takes 7th. Jim takes 8th. I just heard Jim confess that the start of the race was on him, and he said, and I love that he said, "I think it was on me," and I'm here to say, yeah, it was 100% on you.
Well, here, let's. So anyway, everybody's almost done. We'll just jump back and watch it now. Let's see. I just gotta scroll through and see if I can get it. Okay, there it is. Let's jump there. So here's the start. You know, let's do the blimp view. I believe. Oh, that's not gonna be a very good one. I believe he. Oh, some trees, figures.
Yeah, the actual, and I know it's a terrible view because it's so unrealistic, but the far chase view is very good.
You know, I'm not really sure how to get that one on this thing, but it looks like he goes to the inside of Ian Wisman and gets him pushed into the grass. And then, Cook Carlos, and he got Michael Kelly.
Yeah.
Let's, can I rewind? It's probably not very professional of me. Let's just do this. Let's do that. Let's get into Jim's car. So he's got a bit of a run. Ian taps the brakes. Oh, Jim goes for it, and the road narrows. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
I love how relaxed he is in the cockpit. He's just like, I'm good.
Let's jump into Bob Lang's car, watch from there, see what it looked like. Oh, no, not Bob Lang. Whose car was that? Let me give it a pause. Who, let's see. Oh, that's Ian.
Two cars back from there.
Wow, when I'm doing the replay, I don't have them in order, so I'm just kind of guessing.
Sorry. Okay.
John Clerk was out front. Oh, that's Max, probably a good one here. Let's back up.
That'll be a good one. Yep.
It's funny in reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, Darren. Okay, Darren was right behind him. Darren slows down. He's like, this isn't gonna end good. Oh, yeah.
Good move by Darren. My goodness.
Sure was. Right, that's why we see Darren finish up front so often.
Yeah. He totally capitalized on that.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually. Oh, he makes another mistake. You know what we should do? Let's jump back and let's watch the first lap from Stefan, because he passed everybody, right? I mean.
Yeah. Totally.
So Stefan was on the outside of the action. He backs up, leaves a little bit of room. Oof. Yeah, just, patient is what he was, right? Just let everything unfold. Here he is going around the outside of Ian. Lets Darren take out Carlos. Oh, Ian made a mistake. And I think he gets by Darren here on the straightaway.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, he totally has the drive out of this.
Yeah, look at him go.
Wow. 10th to 4th.
Yeah.
In 3 turns.
Yeah, I'm willing to fast forward a bit. Because I think he gets 2 more before the end here.
Yeah, he sure does.
Oh, I think Clerk makes a mistake right here.
Or Clerk does. Oh, there you go. That was Uzbek, right?
No, that's Kurt Uzbek in front of us.
Yeah, that's right. Uzbek's in front of us. Yeah.
That's right. I think Kurt Uzbek makes a mistake, maybe in the kink.
Pretty sure he does.
Oh, a little bit of grass there. You know, you can see Stefan lift. And Stefan's aggressive, so you know that was the right place to lift for that corner. And Kurt Uzbek was still accelerating, and you know you knew he was going to have trouble when he got there.
That's laps though, right? He's seen it's the proverbial poker player who's seen 1,000 hands. He's seen this happen a million times. Stefan knew it was going to happen, anticipated, lifted, let the the damage unfold in front of him. Just a great way to get through that field. So very nice.
All right, so let's grab a couple of these guys from the lobby. Okay. See if I remember how to do this. All right, guys, you're all in the booth. Let's start with race 1 and 2 winner, Stefan Vappa. Stefan, you won 2 races pretty handily. Darren challenged you for most of the race 1. Race 2, I think you had a pretty sizable lead, and we just very impressively watched your charge on lap 1 of the second race. Why don't you tell us about it?
You know, all I remember about it is that most everybody just flew off the track in front of me. It was a bit of a blur, actually, that lap 1. I do know that I had, well, here we go. I get to watch some of it on the stream, and that helps a lot. Yeah, Darren got into the back of Dave, I think, and that actually helped me get a run on him down the Sargento cheese straightaway here. And that put me in front just in that one corner. And then I know exactly what happened. Darren got on the gas and he got a little loose.
Yeah.
And it came around. I'm not all that surprised because it was doing that to me in race 1. And then, yeah, there was just a few cars left ahead of me. Chase them down, and then it was a matter of keeping my concentration. But yeah, race 1 was tough. It seemed really, really long. That was a lot of time to have somebody within a second off your bumper. And I think once or twice right up beside it. So that was...
Yeah, I was really impressed with just the lap times and your pace throughout the whole race, both of you. Mostly in the 205s, which was several seconds faster than everybody else, and you guys just lap after lap after lap. I mean, you guys were both 205s and within hundreds of each other. I mean, it was really incredible to watch.
Yeah, that was great fun. It was tough, but a lot of fun.
Yep. Here we are. I don't know the name of that corner, but I think this is where Darren had his issue.
Yeah, it was either this one or the next one.
Turn 5, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, there it goes.
So your day was going well, Darren, until that guy right there. First race, you just didn't quite have the pace. It looked like you struggled a little bit down the straights. I didn't know maybe if you were using some driver aids or something like that.
Man. That's tough. Didn't quite have the pace. I thought I had
Wait,
the fastest lap
no,
for the longest time.
no, down the straightaways. No, you had pace. It was just down the straight. Like we watched other cars close the gap down the straightaways, where your car just never seemed to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think it's the shifting. I have it set on. I don't know what I have it set on. Actually, auto blip maybe or something. So
Okay. Yeah, I think it's
it's
definitely hurting you because you guys didn't have a lot of back and forth, but some of the other battles we watched, cars were really getting some big runs, and that never materialized for you.
yeah. No, I'm almost positive it had to do with the shifts because he would pull away pretty easily on the straights unless I got on the gas a little bit earlier than him or carried a little more speed through the turn.
Okay.
But I haven't really messed with the shifting or any of that stuff. I just been rolling with the way it's set up for all the other cars.
I was gonna say you also the second race you made a good gains even after you pit. I think you made it up to sixth. You know, you had tons and tons of pace after you rejoined. You seemed like, if it wasn't for that incident, we were shaping up for another battle, just like race one.
Yeah, race two was a kind of a bummer at the start there when I hit Dave and then I spun the car out. It's kind of odd for me to have an all-wheel drive car just spin out like a rear-wheel drive car. I'm not sure what that's about, but hey, whatever. So yeah, and obviously you hit the wall with the front end of this car. It's a pretty sensitive car. I'm actually surprised I was able to drive it back around to go through the pits for the
Yeah.
quick repair.
Yeah, that's surprising. You're just looking at it. You didn't put a tire in the grass, or you didn't bump a curb. It just went around on you.
Well, I went since Stefan was next to me. I went down to first, and juiced it. So maybe that was the
Yep.
problem.
Yep. Well, very
Yeah,
possible. Well,
yeah,
either way, good first race and good
yeah.
recovery in your second one.
No, the first race was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun sitting back there hounding Stefan as usual.
Yeah.
I gave him a little run there. I think at one point I got up next to him going into Canada Corner, but I just didn't quite have enough.
Yeah, I think next week or in 2 weeks at Sonoma, you have to try to drive without the driver aid and see if it'll give you that little boost down the straight you need.
Yeah, I'll have to go to auto clutch or I don't know something other than auto blip, obviously.
Yeah. Oh,
You know.
congratulations.
Thank you.
So second place in the second race was Wiley Cox, newcomer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your race?
Yeah, so my first race had a surprise. My brake pedal completely disconnected, and I had no brakes. I went right off in corner three into the wall. So
Okay.
that put me down to the back. Started the second race, and it's really just going for best of the rest. Stefan and Darren were just way too fast. So I had a good battle with Bob Lang for a couple laps, managed to get around him, and then again just put my head down and tried to stay smooth and to stay ahead of him, and it came together for a good second place finish. Everybody crashed in front of me. I was playing conservative, and I ended up starting the back with playing conservative and not killing anybody else, and it paid off.
Yeah, our first race was very clean. We had a lot of battles front to back, and you had your issues, so you weren't really a part of much of it. But the second race, it was a bit messier, and you were able to capitalize and get second, so that was great.
Yeah. I'm really glad to find this group of folks. I've known Bob Lang for a while, but the rest of these guys are new to me. So good first race. I'm looking forward to Sonoma.
Yep, that'll be in 2 weeks, and we're about halfway through the season. So I think we said we got about 4 more. So we look forward to having you.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
Let's see. Fourth place in our second race was Dave Curtis. Dave, we actually followed quite a bit of your racing today. Pretty exciting. You had some good battles. Bit of damage here and there, which kind of hampered your racing, it seemed. Anything of note you want to tell us about?
The race actually felt kind of good. The middle of each race, I just kind of threw away. I lost my timing. I was trying to overdrive the car. So you had to kind of take a deep breath, back off of the corners, and let the car turn and then go. And I mean, it was worth a second and a half easy. And in the second race, I started chasing down Bob Lang and got within maybe a couple of seconds, and then he went off. I was hoping to have a good race with him. And then he stuck right behind me for the next couple of laps. And I'm like, well, like he said, it's not over till it's over. So a good couple of races. I think that's my first 2-race podium. So pretty pleased with the evening.
Yeah, congratulations. Let's see. We're going to go to Ian Wisbin. Ian, you seem like you had a bunch of pace today. We did see you pass quite a few cars. I'm not sure how you ended up in the back needing to pass all those cars both times, but, nonetheless, it was exciting to watch.
Yeah, I was really hoping to break into the 206 there. But, I think first race I was following Wiley and in the, what was that, turn 1?
Yeah, where you locked up the tires.
I couldn't get him to let go. Unless my brain was telling me my foot was off the brakes, and it wasn't. But yeah, so shot off there, and then fought my way back up through the pack. That was a tiring first race, and then second race I got all screwed up there at the start and kind of mixed up there with Jim a little bit, and again had to fight my way back up. But what did I finish? 5th?
Yeah, fifth, second race.
Yeah, so I took the long way both ways, both times, but I really enjoyed it. For some reason, I've never been to Road America, but I had success there in the Skippy, and that was the last time I had driven this track before practice tonight, and it just came together with the Audi. I just need to find that second and change I'm missing to keep up with the top 3. But great race tonight. Wiley, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Appreciate your livery there. Anybody that runs a JPS car, I'm friends with. So, good times tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you for not killing me accidentally.
Yeah, certainly.
And who we have last here? Jim Karamatis. Jim, we followed you. You had some struggles here and there. Probably not the result you're looking for. 8th place in the second race. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was my fault. Ian and I touched at the beginning of the race. I probably should have been more conservative. It's really weird because at the race start here, you have to hit the brakes because I don't know what's going on, but it seems like the cars in front don't go, and I don't know if there's a draft at the beginning of the race. That happened to me both races where I had to really ride the brakes at the start. But yeah, Ian and I just tapped, and I went flying across the entire field and took half the cars out. So that one's on me. So sorry, guys. So yeah, it was a pretty lonely race in the back with my teammate and I just kind of playing with each other, having a good laugh.
Yeah, we actually reviewed it after the race, and it looks like you went to the inside of Ian, but maybe it's the pit lane exit, but the road narrows. So and then you guys obviously touched, which once that happened, you were in the grass and were pretty much a passenger.
Yeah, well, I kind of did the Darren this week and just sent it, so I didn't really have any practice laps at all. And you're right. Now that I remember that, I was sort of pulled over to the right. I'm like, hey, there's pavement here, and then suddenly there wasn't any.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. But race 1 was great fun. I chased Dave Curtis, it seemed like forever, and that was a lot of fun. Had a good battle with Mike Kelly. He got by me. I got back by him at the end of the race. So really, really, really great fun. And I was happy with a 4th place finish during race 1 because the guys up front were just so fast. I mean, I think the guys in 3rd, 4th, and 5th were turning 207s, which I thought was fast, and then. You look up and Darren and Stefan are doing 205s. Jeez.
Yeah, I think, what was the fastest lap of the race? A 205.4 maybe? I think Darren, I thought it was, 205.45. But, him and Stefan were just, trading it back and forth, the 205s. It was pretty incredible to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because halfway through the race, the car got really fast, I guess as the fuel level burned off. And we had just this, especially race 1, we had a pack the entire race. So all the cars were in the draft. So we were all turning really good lap times. It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was good. Another great race to watch. Like I said, I think I have to stop being surprised that we're having such good racing. The first few Audi races were a little bit bumpy, but it's really come together, and guys are getting to terms with the car, and the racing's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I appreciate everyone coming out. As event chair for a virtual league, you're never sure how you're gonna get more people to join the league, and everyone in the league has really grown and become great friends. So half the time in practice is just making each other laugh. So it's been a really good time. And next week, of course, is the Jefferson 500, which is the first VRG Real World event. I think most of the guys that participate in the league are going to be there. A lot of the guys will be racing, but some of the guys that don't race in the real world are coming out anyways just to hang out. So
Yep.
we're gonna have a VRL party at the Jefferson. So we're really looking forward to all getting together in the real world.
All right, great. Let me. I think I'm gonna get rid of you guys, and me and Matt will sign off here. Thanks everyone. It's been a great race, and we look forward. I guess 2 weeks. 2 weeks we'll be back at Sonoma.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks for the
Looking
hard
forward to
work
it.
in the booth.
Take care, guys.
Actually, it looks like I lost Matt. Anyway, thanks for joining us. This was a Vintage Racer Group race, sponsored by the Office Service Co. This was a fantastic race. We had good racing at the front. Good racing really throughout the whole pack. And I look forward to our next race. Like I said, it's at going to be at Sears Point, Sonoma. I think. And we talked to Darren. He's going to get some of those shifting issues, and hopefully we'll have a closer battle at the front, if you can imagine that. But yeah, great race, and congratulations to Stefan on 2 great wins. We'll see you guys